So guys, today I'll talk about the fact that I only read YA. I always really like them and I always will like them. I will always read them. I'll never grow old of them or anything like that. But they're getting a bit repetitive for me. I think they're like YA paranormal and YA fantasy and all that stuff. There's always the girl, there's always the guy, there's always the secret world and all that stuff. And I just want to read something new, something with heavier subjects and something with heavier themes. So now I'll show you guys some adult and classics that I own that I'm really interested in. And if you guys have read them, please tell me what you thought about them, because I'm very interested to see what I think of them and how different they will be from a fantasy YA book. Let's start with a book that has a very heavy theme. It's Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. And this book is about pedophilia, and that is a very heavy and dark theme and subject, and I'm just very interested in reading it to see what I think of it. It's supposed to be really disturbing, and I have never read a book that made me feel disturbed or made me feel like sad or stuff, so I really want to read it to see what I think of it. I really want to experience this book. Then for a classic, we have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I have heard fantastic things about this book. Like, I have only heard good things about it. It's supposed to be like the best classic ever, and even though it's really big, you can just like power through it. I've never read anything by the Bronte sisters, and I hear their books are amazing, so I'm very interested to read this book and see what I think of it. I also have The Illusion of Separateness by Simon Van Boy.
I can't pronounce his last name.
This book is about a lot of different people in different times, and in the end they're all interconnected. It's supposed to be like a really thought-provoking read, and I'm very interested to read it. So I own all these books that have just heavier themes and different stories and different lives inside them, and I never pick them up because there's always the next book in the YA trilogy. I see that a lot of people are doing videos like this in the booktubing community, because the booktubing community is focused on YA books, and I just really want people to read more. YA is probably like my reading life. I read practically always YA. I just really like it, and I just wish that I could read new things that feel the same way. That's why I want to experience new things. I read Where'd You Go, Bernadette, that book right here, and it was one of the best books I have ever read. I just had so much fun reading it, but it was just so good. I just loved it so much, and it is an adult contemporary book, and I was just so blown away by the amazingness of it, and I was just like, well, why don't I read more books like this? So if you're like me and just read YA, please branch out to other genres. After I finish Shadow and Bone, which is the book that I'm currently reading, I would just pick up an adult or classic and I'll just power through it. And I'll just get back to YA after I get tired of these books, or after I start missing some YA characters, or when The House of Hades comes out.
The House of Hades, the House of Hades, the House of Hades.
Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.